15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudy Liquid, Saturday morning mayhem with true entertainment heavyweight. Join them with interviews, comedy and quizzes.
Child support money for you or something.
No chance to that, Babs.
No chance.
Hey everyone.
Hey, close.
My internet's awful.
We got to be free. Just like these. Travel over land and sea. My people shall free. We got to be free.
Hello.
Hello.
Say hi twice. Goodbye. Say hi 3 times.
You gone.
Sound the
He's gone, man. He's gone.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudy Liquid. Saturday mornings, now I'll be the same again.
We are proud to announce the launch of the first British black-owned search engine called Black Search. So if you're looking for anything related to the black community, whether that be bloggers, podcasters, news, history, business, black directories, marketplaces, products and or services, simply visit www.blacksearch.net and you will find whatever it is you are looking for. Black Search, helping to make black-related or black-owned websites more accessible to the world.
Yo, some of the parents for know what you them are going with, you know. Don't allow your youth them to roam the street. Take responsibility for the youth them. You know what I'm doing tonight? You know what I'm going tonight?
Denise Francis. Remember what? 3 more questions. Come on, people. 3 more questions.
And I'm waiting for a red flag there.
Rudy, just ignore it, Rudy. Ignore it.
Hold up. You just step out.
Rudy?
Already gone.
Rudy is frozen.
Listen, man, I was born here, yeah? East Ender, born and bred, and you.
I'm good, I'm good.
Let's have our run conversation. Forget about them lot.
I must say, first of all, those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. And then when we go live, you get notification.
Young people, plenty of money, down in the milk round. Remember the milk round?
Yeah, and the reason being is that number one, that the way how things are taught is well beneath the standard of your child. So your child's now having to bum itself down.
Red flags, and we don't know who they're for. Heaven is between a woman's legs, as far as I'm concerned.
Come on, Rudy, man.
No,
right there. And then pick you to bed.
Rudy,
and I get
time. And red card, red card.
Rudy,
let's have a proper show.
Whoa.
Hey.
Hello and welcome everybody to Anything Goes podcast. My name is Rudy Liquid. Where there seems to be some noise in the background there. There you go. My name is Rudy Liquid. I'm the architect behind Anything Goes podcast, and you are welcome. Thank you all for joining me. We ran a few promos. I hope you guys caught that. But we're going to waste no time, and I'm going to introduce you straight away to the panel. Hey. Hello and welcome everybody to Anything Goes podcast. My name is Rudy Liquid.
And Rudy's gone.
Hold on.
Hello, what's happening, guys?
Someone has got their phone on in the background. I can actually hear someone's phone in the background. Could you please take the phone off for me, please? Thank you all for joining me. Can you hear it? Someone's got their phone on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, switch your phone off.
Just take the volume down and then we'll be fine.
Switch your phone off. Come on. No messing about. No itching.
I reckon it's
Well, right. Allow me to introduce you to the panel, ladies and gentlemen. Right next to me in the middle there, we have Miss Chrystal Rose. Chrystal, how you doing?
Hey, I'm very well, thank you. All the better for seeing you this evening.
It's all the better for having you on the panel. And right next to you on the panel, we have our quiz master, who normally, he's the guy who drives the show. Would you like to say hello, DJ Countryman?
Hello, peeps. Wagwan. Prap. Remember, we want some questions today.
Turn your mic up a little bit, country boy.
If I slap you,
country boy.
Hello. When I talk, let me talk. When you talk, when you talk.
You do sound like you're far away. You do sound like you're far away, countryman.
Oh,
yeah, just turn up the volume a little bit.
Okay.
Go to my page.
It can't go no louder than that.
Can't get no louder in Birmingham.
Okay, wait. Shoe doctor, allow countryman to explain what's going on with the red card.
Say again, boss.
Could you explain what's going on with the red cards, my friend? Don't lose your train of thought.
Turn your volume up.
Gunman. Red card. Two things are for me now. But I have to tell you, red card. Somebody out of order, red card. 3 red cards, them gone. And I want some questions today off public.
Evening, Liz.
Peter, I'm talking.
Liz.
Boy, who wound you up today, boy?
Today. Okay, done.
Okay, and directly underneath me, I've got Mr. Peter Terry, program coordinator for Injection Radio. Are you going to be giving away anything at all to this week, Peter?
Yeah. I'll give away a CD today. We'll give away a CD today.
You're definitely going to give away a CD today.
Sound like it's hard work, doesn't it? Go on.
We'll give away one CD today.
You're giving away. Is it a blank one, Peter? Is it a blank one you're giving away?
Yeah, it's a blank one with. There's going to be music on it, but there's not going to be no design on it. That'll just give it away like that.
Strip back CD. Strip back.
Oh my God. And that voice that you were just now listening to, that was Mr. Leary Wright, better known as Move Be Fit. He's a fitness instructor.
Hello, Pete.
He's got quite a bit of gums on him as well. So let's be interesting to hear what his opinions are tonight. Next to him we have we got COVID.
My lemon tea nearly come out my nose just now, bro.
That's the
goodness.
That is the shoe doctor, ladies
Hello,
and gentlemen.
guys.
That's the shoe doctor.
Guys, remember, YouTube family, I'm looking at you right now. Remember to subscribe. Anybody who's on Facebook, always subscribe to the Anything Goes podcast on Facebook and subscribe to YouTube so you get your notifications as we go live on a Wednesday. Over to you, Rudy.
All right, thank you very much. All I can say is sorry to hear that, Liz. You're flooded with rain now. It's thick, snowing, Manchester people, horses stranded, and rescues going on. That's in Manchester. Raw.
Where it's coming in?
Well, it's the British weather, I reckon. That's the British weather. Loads of people saying hello to Chrystal and also to Leary. There's quite a few coming in. No one seems to be interested in you. No one seems to be interested in you, country. Seems like there's a few shout-outs going out to Shoe Doctor.
He tells them to call. Don't forget, he tells them to call.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
DJ Countryman and Shuey and Peter. Good evening. Coming from Donna.
Hi Donna, how you doing?
Hello, Don. You all right, darling? Actually, I must say hello. You know what? Sorry. Before we go any further, hello, Chrystal. It's so nice to have a beautiful lady up with us. You know what I mean? Because when I'm looking at them ugly mugs, not talking about Leary, I'm talking about Peter. Rudy's all right.
Behave yourself, behave.
Rudy's all right. Peter's ugly. Countryman, borderline-ish.
When he asked you to come and join his show, about Keep Fit, so don't forget, you said you didn't want an ugly person on it. So just out him, say no, yeah? And that's what he's going to say to you. Anyway, carry on.
I'm not saying none. Hi, Pat, Joseph, hi, Jackie. From Birmingham, VIP Boogie. Brap, 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 brap. High list to us all. Snow and rain. Hope you get lucky. Sorry.
And it's snow and rain.
Hi Denise. Hi Denise. Hi Carolyn. Larging it up in Jamaica right now, isn't she?
Yeah. I see her and her
larging it
uncle.
up, man.
Uncle play. What was it? I think they were playing dominoes or something like that. That's Spencer Ferguson.
One shot.
I would like to do a big shout out to One Shot. On Saturday we had a show called 15 Minutes with Rudy Liquid, the DJ Countryman, and we had a young lady on who was selling waffles. She was only 20 years of age, and she started her business during lockdown. And Spencer, bless his heart, has paid for her to have her own website design.
Oh, beautiful!
Wow, wicked.
One shot, big up.
Easy. Wicked.
One shot, big up.
And just to show you just how much we appreciate that, we're going to do this.
It's time to spice up your food with One Shot Marinade, the authentic Caribbean seasoning. Good tasting food is at the heart of Caribbean culture, and seasoning is essential to the flavour of any tasty dish. Available in 4 flavoursome varieties, One Shot Marinade has been developed to bring generations of culinary knowledge from the melting pot of the Caribbean direct to your kitchen. So, whether you're preparing an elaborate island dish or a quick tasty snack, choose One Shot Marinade. A little bit of Caribbean history in every bottle.
So that's a big shout out going out to One Shot Marinade staff. Especially for sponsoring that young lady with the website.
Man, do that.
You got to say big up for that. Big up.
That's lovely.
Big up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we got on with the show, and I now hand you over to DJ Conchaman.
Am I turn now?
Yes, bro.
Turn your mic off, country. Turn your mic off.
Peter, what's the matter with you? How much time you keep telling me the same thing over and over again? I am aware my microphone door. Peter, okay. Guys, what go on? Remember, we need some questions after public and red card. If something not right, you not right, them not right, give them a red card. Give them a red card. Or give him a red card. Better still give Peter a red card.
See that?
Okay, let's make
good,
a start.
Rudy. Don't forget what you said, Rudy. Don't forget what you said. He's pushing. Anyway,
let's make a start now. Make a start. Okay, first question. I think we start the wrong way around, but hey, it's another story for another occasion. What food did you eat embarrassingly, but can't stop eating it the way you do?
Should I go first?
Okay. Yeah, go on. Okay, fine. Oh, okay.
I'm Nigerian. You know when they say true-born African? I'm Nigerian, and grew up on something called ground rice. You might know it as fufu. And in my home, in my Nigerian home, we would eat it with our fingers. And when you go to a restaurant nowadays,
Chrystal, 1 second, please. Sorry to interject. You all have to tell me what food first.
Yeah. We'll open it up for discussion in a moment.
You just say, all you say is you just say what it is and then leave it like that.
And we'll open it up for discussion.
And we'll open it in a short while. But Leary.
Well.
That's not a food.
I would say... Okay, so one thing I would say, I love cracking my bone. Not my personal bone, but the chicken bone or even the curry goat bone, whatever it is. I don't business. Yeah, if there's nutrition inside that bone, I'm dealing with it.
Okay. Peter.
I was going to say chicken as well. It's the bone, isn't it?
It's a standard.
That's a standard thing, the bone.
Okay, show it.
Well, I'm not one to really eat embarrassing, you know what I mean? I'm not like that, but I'll say crisp.
Whatever.
Crisp. Shut up.
Yeah, crisp.
Shut up, shoot,
man. Hold on a minute. Why are you jumping on the bandwagon, Peter? I'm going to keep calm today. Why are you jumping on Rudy's bandwagon? Shut your mouth, innit?
Calm down.
Shut your mouth, man. Carry on, country.
Calm down. We said food, Chewy.
Yeah, well, crisp. I was saying crisp.
And breathe.
I don't eat food bad. I was brought up to eat food properly. Tell you straight. All right?
Rudy.
Oxtail. Oxtail is my thing.
Yes.
Oxtail. Oh, wow. Very interesting selection of fufu, chicken bone, crispy, oxtail. Let's open it up. Peter.
Chicken,
about the
innit?
chicken. Why?
Chicken as well.
When you get to the bone, obviously, you know, you can't get enough. So I'd say the chicken bone. Even the ends, everything.
Mr. Leary, what's your thoughts on it? Because you and Peter was talking about chicken bone and dog bone and cow foot bone and...
Listen. You know when the dogs are sitting facing you, looking at you, eating your dinner, yeah, and then 5 minutes gone, 10 minutes gone, and then when they see this piece of bone that you have left for them, they just walk away, just walk from you, and just say, "We're not bother with you today, just gone."
So you chew that thing right down. You chew it right down.
Listen, man, listen. Them dogs used to look at me and roll their eyes. They used to think, when are we going to eat? I'm going to say, well, not tonight. Not tonight, Josephine. Not tonight.
So tell me something, Mr. Brother Leary. When you go to a restaurant, you do the same thing?
You chew my bone, of course.
In the restaurant as well?
I me pay for the food. I chew everything.
In the restaurant? In the restaurant?
Yes, in the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Okay. Let's go to our Nigerian friend. I'm sorry to say, but I just love it. Talk to me about the fufu rice.
So ground rice, it's essentially the same as fufu.
Yeah.
And you eat it. I was brought up in my household anyway to eat it with your fingers. But now when you go to a restaurant, you'll see Nigerians using a knife and fork. And I just think that's so wrong. You know?
So when you go to a restaurant, you eat with your fingers them?
I do. I still do. They always have a sink, or you can ask for a bowl to be brought to your table. And I like to eat it in the traditional way, you know, with my fingers. There you go. If you can eat chips with your fingers, I don't understand why it's so bad to eat brown rice with your fingers. That's how I prefer it. I just don't feel it's the same when you use a knife and fork. It's too westernized. I mean, I've been here for most of my life, but I prefer the Nigerian way to eat brown rice.
We've been conditioned, haven't we? We've been conditioned.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Nonsense. Do your own natural thing. And I think it's a better emotional attachment to your food when you do that.
Oh, I just can't enjoy ground rice when you cut it with a knife and fork. What's that about?
Attachment to the food. I love that.
Should we talk to me about the crips?
Yeah, well, I don't eat red meat no more. I've been eating for 2 years. So when I eat crisp, I go like that. I'll squeeze it and go like that. That's how I eat my crisp. Yeah? That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Eh? That's the first thing that comes to me. I'll squeeze it in a pack. I don't go like that. Yeah, and I'll go like that. And pour it down my gob, mate. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised you don't choke,
Nah. I nearly choked this now. Peter made me laugh and the lemon nearly come out my nose. I'm drinking hot lemonade and I swear to God, it nearly come out my nose just now. But yeah, I don't eat red meat no more. And I don't, you know, I'm not one to really use my hands when I'm eating.
He loves Kentucky.
I don't like using my hands when I'm eating if I can help it. So I'm not really one to eat embarrassing. Yeah, I'm one that probably leaves after chicken because I don't like using my hands. You know what I mean?
You're missing out.
But when I was eating before I came off red meat, and I used to have my oxtail. That was a different thing then. But I'm not eating red meat for 2 years now. So
speaking of oxtail, speaking of oxtail, Brother Rudy, talk to me about this oxtail.
It's the gristle, man. It's the gristle. You understand? Because the thing is, when you're eating oxtail has got so many different like crevices in it. Yeah, that you can't really take a fork and dig it out. Because there's little holes sometimes in the oxtail. And you got, suck it out,
man.
Suck out the bone, man.
At the marrow.
And suck out the marrow. Yeah, man. I love it. I love pulling the oxtail apart, especially, like, first of all, I pull all the meat off, yeah? Because if you cook oxtail properly, it's supposed to come off the bone.
It'll drop off, man.
It should come off the bone, yeah? But there is juice in the bone. Now, I don't grind it down like
For
this,
real,
you know?
no,
I don't
for
grind
real,
it
man.
down. I make the dog them look at me and wonder what I'm
What
going
you
to eat.
saying?
Yeah?
When it doesn't cook properly, don't fall off the bone.
Yeah, but then it depends. That's if you take it out too soon. But the way
Peter,
that
can you cook oxtail?
No, the question is, can Peter cook?
Oh!
Hello, guys. This is the fighting.
Nobody's fighting. Nobody's fighting. Nobody's fighting.
Keep it real. So,
There's no fighting going on, man.
Chrystal Rose, Chrystal. Can I
No, I think we asked Chrystal. What is it you said that you eat?
I know,
What is it
but
you said that you eat?
Wait,
What is
what
it
about
you eat, countryman? Yeah.
About you.
Two steamed fish. Two steamed fish.
Steamed fish and okra in it, countryman. Steamed fish and okra. Real Jamaican dish.
I don't
eat okra.
Yes, fish and chip.
The only thing
I think you need to turn up your mic. You do need to turn up your mic.
I think the only thing I would probably say is that you eat with a spoon. That's it.
You eat with a spoon.
Eat fish with a spoon.
He's a shoveler. He's a shoveler. He shovels it.
He eats fish with a spoon, man.
From where I grew up, where I use spoon, so I mean I start with spoon. I
have to agree with him. I have to agree with him. I love a spoon. I don't business.
You know that, innit?
Can't deal with that fart business.
Just scoop it up, man.
Yeah, man. I want a proper amount of food. And can, push in your mouth. No fork business where it's falling off everywhere.
And the worst part about it, they can't even hold the
fork.
fork.
Don't know who that's for. We've got no idea or why.
Red card.
Why and who it is for.
I think that's for countryman, you know.
Who it is for and why.
Why? W-Y, why?
Why are you all answering for countryman, says Donna.
But them that.
Maybe that's why you got the cards, bro.
For what?
No, nobody has been given a card. All we've seen is a red card, but we don't know who it's for.
Yeah.
Who's it for, Denise? Who's it for? Come on, tell us.
Who's it for? Who's it for?
Talk up, Denise. Talk up.
Maybe she a red card herself. We don't know.
Maybe. So anyway, talking about the food now.
Guys, Carolyn Samuda. Escovitch fish for me. Melrose eating beautifully cooked fish. Paul can't stop licking my fingers. Empress Minar, what's that? Minar my any kind of bone if me not cook it. So she's not gonna suck her bone as she cooks it. Basically, I believe.
Yeah, I believe she sucks bone whether it's cooked or not.
Trevor White.
Fair enough.
Any type of bone, chicken, lamb, oxtail, all fish bone. You must suck off that. All right. Miss Sugar, was it palm yam and chicken? I like to eat with my fingers. Leisha Marshall, cutlery made people stop, wash their hands. Now it's trending to be clean. Claire Tong, my cousin chews and sucks a life out of fish bone until it's like ash.
Macro bone is wicked.
Empress, Grizzle, Yuck, and Double Yuck. Miss Sugar, Sock Bone, and Doreen, it's true, Rudy.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me, sir. Jackie Williams, she posted for our comment last week, and I must stress to the people, if we don't get to your questions that week here, we'll get to them next week. So, Jackie question last week, if you had to, would you have plastic surgery? And if so, what would you improve? Peter.
Why do you have to come to me?
Because I'm just saying.
I don't think I've got anything I need to improve.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe the bag's under my eyes. The bag's under my eyes. Here you go. The bag's under my eyes.
You need a complete transformation, blood.
Fiercely.
All right, cool.
Don't worry. Let's see what he says, yeah? Let's see what he says, his mouth. Anyway.
Rudy? What would I improve? I reckon I'd improve my hands, you know. I think I'd improve my hands because I think that
hands.
Yep.
Sorry to interject. Miss Chrystal Rose.
I think we're all blessed because we've got melanin in us. And so I'm 2 years away from 60. And I don't know what I'm going to look like when I'm 2 years away from 70. But
I thought it was
at
about
the moment...
58 as well, Crystal.
Sorry?
I thought he was about 58 as well.
I am 58.
I know, I'm joking.
Oh, that's not nice.
I'm joking, Crystal. I'm joking, mate.
I'm
on one tonight.
Yeah. That's
What would you do?
kind of funny.
What would you have?
So I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I mean, gosh, I've read things though where it says I was on TV and someone posted that I'd had Botox or no, darling, this is just Nigerian heritage. So at the moment, until I don't know what I'm going to look like in 10 years' time or what I'm going to look like in 20 years' time, but at the moment I wouldn't do anything. That's too dangerous. Essentially, every time you go under the knife, you've got to consider whether it's worth your life.
Okay.
Literally. So at the moment, no, I'm not. It's not nothing worth dying for.
Thank you, Miss Rose. Leary, I try wall off from Peter. I mean, shoot.
Yeah, I want to shoot.
Brother Leary.
You know what? I'm good. I'm good how I am. I don't need to change anything. And I said if you had to, but I wouldn't have to.
You need a belly tuck, lad. You need a belly tuck.
Okay, Shuey.
Let's go in Shuey now. Let's in Shuey. Your mouth, innit, Shuey?
Is it if you'd have something done to yourself? Yes or no?
He'd improve his girth.
Yes. I would have something done. Yeah.
His girth.
Yeah, go on.
Do I know what it is?
We'll share then.
It'd help, mate. It would help.
I'd have an extension.
Yeah, like, boy.
Really? To your appendage?
Is that extension in your house?
Conservatory, yeah?
Oh, come on,
on the thickness of my arms, so a bit more muscly. Come on, I'm skinny and I can't put weight on. Don't matter what I do, I cannot put weight on.
Come train with me, man. Come train with me. Put some weight upon you.
Marga,
man. He runs in the family. I'm like my dad, yeah? So simple.
There's a lot of people that would like that problem.
I know. No, it's not really a problem, really, but I thought I'd just say.
It's high body metabolism, isn't it? Isn't that what they call it? When you got when you're
no, I mean,
Leary would better explain that, I think.
It's a couple of things. Obviously, it could be just genetics. It could be just genetics that he's that kind of body shape.
I'm shaped like my dad. My dad's 80,
like you said, so it's
pretty much the same.
It's genetics. So a lot of that is down to genetics. But obviously, if you're a person who eats a lot and then you don't put on weight, then your metabolism is high. So that will stop you from putting on weight.
And I don't really keep still, so I will never put on weight anyway. So, you know what I mean?
There you go. I think in your case, it's definitely hereditary, as it were, genetics. Definitely genetics.
Okay, let's. Rudy talk about hands. What make Rudy?
No. How about you?
Me?
Hang on. Empress says extension on what shoes? I reckon it would be just that. You put some extension in his shoes, right?
Country.
Sorry, Peter.
You didn't say you.
Nothing.
Yes, Mr. Countryman. What we did? Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
You sure?
As you see me, is what you get, what you want, what you get, what me I change for. What me I cut myself a change for. If me have operation and then want cut.
Yeah, but you got man boobs. Wouldn't you get rid of those man boobs?
No.
You keep those man boobs. You look like you could suckle a whole family. A family of 13.
Listen, country, don't you see the man who gets surgery and get a six-pack put in?
That's okay.
And pecs and then chest and everything put in without doing any work.
I'm okay as I am.
Did you hear what
you see them two marga boy? You see them two marga boy? When people lick them and arthritis set on them, they never gonna cry.
Country, you want
and you can talk, Peter. You got more breasts than me.
Country.
Challenge. Let's see. Have the bigger titty. Come on, challenge.
Okay.
The question.
Rudy, your hands. Why?
Because I just feel that my hands are quite stumpy, really. Sometimes they appear to be long, because what I do have is my nails grow. My nails can grow really, really long without any kind of extensions, kind of like thing. But I think it will be my hands. I think I'd
because
be just...
them stumpy and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they look a bit like yours, stumpy and coming like okra fingers, Tarati.
But Rudy, I cut my fingernails. I
weren't talking about cutting
banana
fingernails.
Banana fingers.
Chrystal, you would say you don't want to do nothing.
I think that we need to understand and appreciate that racism really is stemmed from jealousy. White people are basically jealous of the black form, especially when they believe that the black male appendage is far better than they could ever have. So we should just be very grateful for what we've been blessed with.
Thank you.
Definitely. I'll make you right there, darling.
Thank you. Peter, Shuey.
Yes, sir.
Asia says, countryman, get your tits out for the girls, please.
Get them out for the girls. Get them out for the girls.
Get your tits out for the girls. Come on, son.
Get your tits out for the girls.
What kind of extension?
No, look, you know what? I think the only thing I'd like to do is probably pull up a bit more arms. You know what I mean? It's not really extension, really. Extension of my arms, the thickness of my arms.
Come train with me, man. Come on.
I know. I ain't got the time, mate. I'm too busy. Seriously.
I'll build you some guns.
That's what I like.
Shuey.
You do it on your show, though, Shu. You do it on your show.
Yeah, I do it on a Saturday morning. I do a little bit, but nothing to really put on weight or put on muscle. Just a little bit of fun. You know what I mean? But yeah, if anything, I'd like to put extension on my arms. When I was going to the gym, I did see them getting bigger, but I don't get the time. Plus, the gyms are shut now anyway. I ain't got time for it. So as I am, I'm skinny and I love myself as I am. Love myself. Every day I look in the mirror and I say, I love you.
Peter.
Come on.
Me? No, I got a couple of bags under the eyes, getting old.
He's got some shopping. He's got some shopping. That's how Peter does his shoplifting when no one's looking.
I'm being good tonight. Chrystal, I'm being really good tonight. I've been told off. So I'm actually, otherwise I'll be finishing them all off, but I'm being good tonight.
Yeah. If you sleep more, your bags then will go if we go to bed at night time.
Yeah.
Peter.
Yes.
Asia's told me, she's a good friend of mine. She's told me that you must behave yourself tonight, or is she gonna slap you up and down?
Tell Asia, sit down.
Sit. Sit.
Mind yourself, you know.
It's true.
Sound the butt cover.
Over to you, Doctor Man. Over to you.
Right, guys. Carolyn. Actually, no. Let me stroll myself down again. Stroll over to. Okay. Melrose says, yes, that's right, Chrystal. People should stop following the Bluetooth them. Empress.
Bluefoot.
It says Bluetooth. Yeah, that's what it says. Anyway. All right. Empress, I'll have some of country's boobs, so you need to give some of your titties to Empress Lee, countryman. All right. Pauline, appreciate what you have. Astrid, no, I would not have plastic surgery. I like all the aspects of my body. What other people think is none of my business. I love that.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Empress again, extension on what shoes? Oh, on my arms. Denise, I thought you meant he's Willie. Verona Green, tell them Marga man are done. Yep, that's right.
Marga man are done.
Yeah.
Right, Paul Walsh, eat some red meat, shoe doctor, and put on some weight. Okay. Clear tongue. Peter needs any improvement on his ego, that's for sure.
Wow. Who said that?
Don't worry, Peter. Don't get upset, mate. You're only going to go in the corner and cry. Melrose, no intentions to have any form of surgery done unless it's life-threatening. And Paul, you can't improve on what God gave me.
Respect for that.
Love it, Paul. Love it.
Okay, another question from last week. Ladies and gentlemen, please, we need at least 2 questions today. to draw for next week. So we want 2 questions from you guys out there for draw for next week. So, sorry. Julie said, this one's very controversial. Coming to certain people go up on blind date already. Me not call no names. But things isn't very careful. Let's set the scenario. Things are bit strained.
Things are a bit strained.
Yeah, me know.
Yeah, but you're changing up the whole thing.
Do it in Jamaican style.
Just read the thing now, man.
I know I am.
All right, sorry, I apologize. Go on.
Things are a bit strained in your relationship. And your partner asks you to go on a blind date with them. When you get there, your blind date is your partner's sister / brother. What would you do or say? Chrystal, to you. Sorry, Chrystal Rose.
Can I just work out? So I'm with someone, and they, from what it says, they've asked me to go on a blind date.
No,
with them.
They're with somebody. The relationship has to end. Yeah? And then somebody said, come we go up on a blind date. Yeah? When they to the blind date, it's one of your in-laws, them, your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law. What you are going to do?
Things are a bit strained in your relationship, and your partner asks you to go on a blind date. So your partner, who you're in a strained relationship, and your partner says, go on a blind date.
Yeah.
So he's giving you permission to go on a blind date.
Yeah. He's suggesting that you go. It's a suggestion to go on a blind date to kind of like spark things up within your relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a double date.
But then if he's given me permission, it's okay if the person I then meet is my partner's brother, because we've already discussed it, and he said go on a blind date, so it's not.
So okay.
So the question is, we're not quite asking if it's okay. What would you do in that scenario?
But if my partner has suggested that I go on a blind date, and then I go on a blind date and the person that I'm meeting is my partner's brother, that's okay, because we've already discussed it. He's already told me to go on a blind date. If, though, I was in a relationship with somebody and that wasn't going well, and I decided to go on a blind date without his knowledge, then I think
you're mixing up the question. I think you're mixing up the question already stated.
But then that's not an issue, because we've already discussed it.
Let me clarify. Please, one point at a time, Peter. Peter, 1 minute, 1 second, Peter. 1 second, Peter. 1 second, Peter. Please, 1 second. Yeah. It's already stated that you're in a relationship with this person. You're already in this relationship with a person, and they're suggesting that we go on a blind date, right? They're saying let's go on a blind date. You then both of you then turn up at this blind date, and you find out it's his brother, for example. How would you feel about that scenario now?
Well, I wouldn't pursue it if it was my partner's brother, but it wouldn't be an issue for my partner because he's already discussed it with me, and we've decided we're going to go on a blind date.
Okay. Move it on.
Not pursue. Peter.
Wouldn't go there. It already happened with one of my friend's cousins.
Okay, Peter. Something I was happening to feel. Anyway, Rudy.
Okay, depends on how good the sister looking, huh?
Easy. Sound the butt cover.
So it depends, Rudy, yeah?
Depends, yeah.
Peter, should we?
I don't really do blind dates, you know. I don't. Hold on a minute. Hold on a little piece. Peter, why is it when I say something, you have to say something in the background all the time? What is it? I don't do blind dates, Peter. Yeah, I don't do online dating. I don't do blind. I'm not you know. When I go up on them thing down, press and say I look like this, look like that to get a date. No, I don't do that. I don't do it, mate.
Think of it as hypothetical though. What if? Think about what you would do. What would your reaction be? I think that's really what it's coming down to.
You know what? I can't even think of reaction because I really don't do blind dates. So it's hard for me to even think about it. To be quite honest with you. You know what I mean? Never done a blind date before.
Brother Leary.
Okay, I just want to recap very quickly. So you and your partner head to this blind date, or
bear in mind
together?
No, you and your partner go together, yeah?
Yeah.
Because
to meet one person.
No, on a blind date. You and your partner go on a blind date. You and your partner have problems in a relationship. When you say, shall we go up on this blind date? You go up on this blind date and you see your partner, sister. Where you go?
Wait a minute. Where would my partner be? Elsewhere.
Your partner is there. Your partner is there.
With their name.
Yeah, it's like, what do they call it again when people throw their keys on the table? It's the same sort of thing.
Well, it depends on who's buying the drink.
When I take serious,
if they don't buy the drink, we can't sit down and have a drink of us. But we're not going to do nothing after that.
Long as the drinks are flowing.
Yeah.
I hear that.
You still not answer the card.
No, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't
Hang on.
I'd have to walk away. I'd have to walk. Being serious, I'd have to walk away from that because it don't make no sense to me. It wouldn't make no sense because it'd be like maybe they're testing you or something. I don't know.
He's trying to set you up, mate.
Exactly.
Interesting. Testing. I can put on testing.
Oh.
No, Shuey said don't know. Rudy said depends.
You sound very far away, countryman.
Rudy, you said depends on what, Rudy?
There you go.
Rudy
said
yeah.
You said depends on what?
What I said, it would depend on how good the sister look. Yeah. Because it's a hypothetical thing. What it is basically you're saying that it's swinging. That's it. It's called swinging, isn't it? It's called swinging. It's when you swing.
Hello. What's swinging? What's swinging?
No, that's a bit
like you're just naive and dumb.
That's a bit deeper than a blind date.
No, that's different, Rudy. That's different.
How could you say that's different? Well, it's more or less the same thing. It sounds like the same thing to me. The thing is, there's meant to be problems in the relationship. My partner has turned down and said, in order to spice things up, why don't we go on a blind date and link up with another set of people?
That's a different question to what was asked.
How is it?
If it's a double date, that's different to what's been asked. If you're saying it's a double date, so you're both going to meet two other people. Is that it, or is it just one person?
Yes, it's two other people. I think.
Okay. But one of those people is your brother or your
your in-law. Your in-law.
No, gone, man.
You still gone, Larry?
No, man, I'm gone. Later.
Gone. Later. You say you're gone. Chrystal, you did mention something about a different question. Define, clarify, please.
Yeah, I mean, if Rudy's saying it's essentially whether you would go and do a swinging thing with your partner, no, I wouldn't. That isn't what the question was.
But swinging wasn't the question. I didn't say swinging.
Yeah, exactly. So what Rudy said, he's added to it.
I didn't try to add to it. I tried to bring some sort of clarity to it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what is all that's happened here is
it's a double date. It's a double date.
Right, your partner has suggested that we go on a double blind date. Your partner has suggested it. It's not you suggested it, your partner suggested it. Yeah? It just so happens that when you turn up there, I find out that it's your sister, for example, Chrystal. Or you find out that it's my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah? So the decision is, are you going to swing with your partner's brother or sister, depending on who's in that scenario?
Set up.
Right, well, that's a different question to what we were asked, and no, I wouldn't be interested.
Not at all. Not in a month for Sundays.
No, man.
Interesting.
And it would be very not sad. It would be It would be detrimental to a relationship, any relationship I was in. If a man said to me that he needed to bring somebody else into the relationship,
you never know. That could add a little spark to the relationship, now, couldn't it? You never know.
Yeah, spark in as much as I'd be off.
Sound the bad
It might need, but I'm thinking though, the relationship might need a little bit of spark, a little ignition.
Yeah, without me in
a little
it.
bit of light.
You know what I
We
mean?
just spark him out, man.
Spark him out.
Out cold.
Sometimes you need a little jump start. Sometimes relationships, isn't it? That might well jump start in a relationship by bringing
That's
another
not the
partner.
time. That's not the time for it, man. Not the time for it, you know.
Wow, very, very tricky indeed.
No.
What about yourself, countryman?
Me?
He definitely will swing all the way, mate.
He'd say yes, please.
He'd be licking
yes,
his lips.
Khalid.
But
Leary, I don't trouble you. I don't trouble you. You trouble me.
Let him answer the question. Let him answer the question.
One.
Flipping out.
Nah. But I feel that's some setup business. If I was in a relationship, I feel that, I don't feel that's some setup business.
Yeah.
That's like what Peter experienced. Sorry.
You're going there, country.
I did. Sorry, Peter. Sorry, Peter. Remember, don't rap
you
with me.
don't count for Saturday, right? Remember that. All
Yes,
right?
God, yes.
Donna says, "Thank you, Leary. Remind me that it's hypothetical. Them not have no imagination." Melrose, if the brother had better qualities than the partner, then maybe. Pandemic has changed a few things. Change a few things going forward. Okay. Empress, swinging. Jackie Sinclair. Yes, Paul Walsh. Rudy's game swinging. Pauline, walk away. One crazy family. Silver Kingman. Would Chrystal Rose consider reinventing Mr. Super Cool for the 21st century?
That's a question.
Oh, is that a question?
That is a question.
Is that a question? Oh, I thought it was
could you
coming.
copy that into countryman? Could you copy that into the thing for me, please?
Hold me, Mr.
Yeah, could you just copy that into the thing for me, please?
Sharon Spice, on a tech too long. Jackie sending some flags and Sharon sending some flags. I think that's it.
All right, we'll use this as a question. But countryman, have you copied that in?
Yes, Daddy.
Thank you very much, sir.
Chrystal Rose question.
Yeah, let's use it.
Yeah, but we copy team, man. We copy team. So okay. Sylvia Kingman. Say. Remember, we want some more question. Yeah? So big up yourself here, Jackie Benjamin. I don't know who you are, but hi. Would Chrystal Rose, and I think this one's directed to you, Chrystal Rose, consider reinventing Mr. Super Cool for the 21st century? And is there any man on the planet who would take part?
On the
Yeah,
panel.
that's what we say, panel.
Planet.
No, you hear planet, me say panel.
All right,
and on the panel, who would take part as a contestant?
For anyone that doesn't know, Mr. Supercool was the event of the year. Second to the carnival, it was the most, where there were more people than any other event that there possibly ever was. And I did do Mr. Diamonds about 10 years ago. Unfortunately, with the COVID situation, events have been decimated. So at the moment, no, but I think there's always room for seeing men parading on a stage, of all shapes, sizes, ages. That's always a pleasure to see. And I'm sure that all of you would do very well in a male beauty contest, no?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna.
I keep my mouth shut.
I go on behave myself.
The very first one was filmed by the BBC for a documentary called Something for the Ladies, and it was really a special event where from 4 o'clock in the afternoon there'd be a queue to come in, And it wasn't just women, it was men as well, because the men wanted to come and they always dressed up because they felt that they looked better than the men on the stage. And it was just a really, really lovely social event. But would you guys enter a male beauty competition?
I'd definitely enter that competition. Obviously, I'll get an extension done.
Sound the pod cover!
Rudy, just get a Jerry curl wig, man. That's all you need. Jerry curl wig.
Just a Jerry curl. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Just some
Flash
drip. Some drips. That's what I need.
Just flash it. What was the synopsis of the show, Chrystal? What did you have to do?
It was essentially the male equivalent of a female beauty competition. And so the men would parade in evening wear, swimwear, casual wear, and be judged out of 10 by a celebrity judging panel. And the first guy that won, it was called Hugh Williams. He was a male model. And it was just a really exciting evening. And it was just packed solid. Wherever, thousands came, for the final. It was just a really, really uplifting event. Before the Chippendale, before any of that, my sisters and I, Spotlight Promotions, we did that when I was 17. Can you imagine?
When you held it in was it Diamonds in Brixton?
Streatham Hill.
Yeah.
That was from 1997 for 7 years I did that. So that was 20 years after Mr. Supercool. Mr. Supercool was, like I said, I was 17, so 1979.
Them time I just born.
I know. It was a long time ago, and we did it for quite a long time. And we did it in London, we went to Birmingham, we went to the major cities as well.
I'd be up for it for a laugh.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
You need to tuck your belly in to beat me, son.
Listen, man, you have to worry about my belly. I need somewhere to store my six pack.
I hear that, bro. I don't know. I must admit, I don't know nobody who's as fit as Leary, man. Because when he finished working out, man, it's pure cramp you get.
Peter, you're silent.
You can't enter. You can't enter.
Shut your mouth, you. I don't want to enter. I don't need
you can't even see your feet when you look down, Tara.
Wow.
Let's move on to another question, shall we?
No, countryman didn't answer.
I don't know if
we're running out of time.
Wait.
We're running out of time.
Chrystal Rose, I don't know if you noticed one thing here. I'm not supposed to be answering questions.
You are supposed to be answering.
Really?
You are supposed to be answering.
Am I?
You try to dodge questions. You are supposed to be answering questions. But let's move on. In fact, let me change that one. Sorry.
Okay. Trevor said, should a promoter putting on a big show let in a veteran artist and his crew for free or not? Brother Leary, we'll start with you.
Okay, so my view on that is
yes or no.
If
yes or no.
Oh, okay. No is my No is my
okay. Chrystal Rose as a promoter. Yes or no?
Absolutely, yes. A veteran artist needs to be respected if they've got a crew.
Okay. Rudy, as a promoter to a comedian, blah, 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 blah.
Yes to the artist, no to the crew.
Whoa. Peter.
Yes.
Should we?
I'm saying yes, and I'll explain after.
Okay. Let me go to Chrystal Rose because she said yes. And Miss Rose, talk it, please.
Definitely, I would let in a veteran artist and his crew. A veteran artist needs to be respected, and they travel with their friends. And don't forget as well, if you have the bar, they're buying their drinks at the bar. But I would always let in artists, security, DJs. I don't have any issues with that at all.
Rudy, you said yes, stroke no.
Yeah, I have an issue with that because I've tend to have found that when because I mean, I'm a celebrity myself in my own right, but I tend to walk alone. I don't walk with a bunch of people. I find that it becomes very abusive at times. And at the end of the day, the person who's putting on the show needs to make money. You know, when somebody turns up with all 5-6 men, do you know what I mean? I don't think they're being respectful of the promoter, because sometimes even when a promotion is not full, people still expect to get paid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Peter, you said yes. Why?
Because down the line, obviously, if you let the veteran artist in, he remembered that. Then you can make your money later on for when you want to book him to come and perform for you, because you've already sorted out that link. So what it really does boil down to, if you're a promoter and in the game, as Chrystal and Mercy say the same, is that you can open up a door for a deal of getting them down to do a performance the next time round.
Fear before favor.
And you can make your money back that way later on.
So what you're saying, fear before favor?
Definitely, 100%.
Fair enough.
Brother Shui?
I say yes, but I've got a gripe with names on doors. It wouldn't be him and his crew. It'd be him plus one person.
Yeah, I hear that.
Okay, and he can't be calling me on the day of the event. Yeah, he's got to be calling me from Wednesday if it's Friday, before Wednesday. Otherwise, don't be calling me on the day. Can that mean I was an afterthought? You didn't think about coming my rave 2 weeks ago. I got a gripe with that there, but I'll let you in. You and a friend. Don't be calling me on the day of the event. Come on, tell you now. You take the piss.
Shuey don't
Brother
come
Leary,
to the door.
sorry.
Shuey don't come to the door. I know that about Shuey. He don't come.
Me was. Brother Leary.
I think I'm kind of on the fence really with, but I agree with like Shoe Doctor and Rudy. I think because some of them can walk with. You see, it depends because some of them can be quite arrogant,
intimidating
because of their position. You know, I'm a veteran artist, so you know, I think of that squeeze and everything like that. I think if they respect you, like Shuey was saying, and they actually arrange with you in advance and say, look, you know, I've got a couple of people coming, fair enough, but you don't want them turning up on the day. They've got 5, 6, 7 brethrens or whatever with them, and then, so I feel that's not showing respect to you as a promoter.
You have to think about things commercially. I remember Lennox Lewis coming to my events, and they came in with 10 people. They spent over £1,000 on the bar. You need to be really sensible about these things and make commercial decisions. Not about ego. Leave the ego at the door.
But they've brought the ego to the door. Do you not think sometimes
they're allowed? A veteran artist or someone like a Lennox Lewis or a real celebrity, don't nitpick about one person. Why should they just come with one person?
But Chrystal, your events are for celebrities. I don't do events for celebrities. Mine are for average Joe blogs.
Ghetto people.
Average Joe blogs.
The question was, if it was a veteran artist, so we're talking about, you know, a big star, and they want to come with more than one person, you cannot say to a star, I wouldn't say to a star,
but
no.
So you can though. You can say what you want. You can say what you want.
You can. You know is that really what? Is that?
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny, but be quite for you, I don't put on events for veteran artists. So if a veteran going to come to my door with 10 people, it's no good to me.
I'm going to be honest. Can I just say something? Yeah. I reckon, honest truth, in this room right now, it depends who it is. Because you can't. Are you telling me, Shu?
Yeah.
If Anthony Joshua come to your door,
yeah,
right,
exactly,
and he's in the area and he wants to come and do a little rave, and you're the venue to open.
Peter, he comes. He's not a veteran artist. He's not a veteran artist.
No,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah. P. You get off on. I don't get off on celebrities. I don't get off on celebrities. I do not get. No, listen. I don't get off on celebrities.
So Peter does. I don't. Joshua, can I just ask? Would you say to Andrew Joshua, you can only come in with one person?
I would ask him to ask his mateys to pay.
You pay, Bunny man.
Respect me.
Really?
I don't get off on celebrities.
He's respecting you by coming to your event. And then he's going to spend money on the bar.
Peter, I don't get off on celebrities, mate. I don't.
It's not about getting off on celebrities. If you have Anthony Joshua there, that is going to help your event.
A celebrity ain't making no difference to my event. No, I want my people. All right, it's all right, carry on. I want my people.
I went to Martin's event and guess who was there? And it's got to be really good PR for you.
I don't get off on celebrities. I get off on people raving. No, listen. I get off on people raving. Have a good time. That's what I get off on.
Not have an even better time.
Not on celebrities. Not on celebrities in the corner drinking champagne like they're God's gift. I don't get off on that. I'm just telling you straight. That's just me.
If they're helping your bar, if they're buying drinks in your bar, and therefore helping you. I would rather people spent money on the bar than they gave me £10.
But I must admit, my events I've done, I don't own the bar. I don't have the bar.
No, hold on. That's what I'm going to say. How many people actually get the bar? How many?
Well, I always have the bar.
Yeah, I don't take the bar. I can't bother to work. I just want you to buy a ticket, come in, rave, go on. That's just me, simple. Black and white.
Mind you, our industry has been decimated at the moment, hasn't it?
Well, that's the other thing that has to be taken into consideration now. That the numbers that you can get into a venue obviously is gonna come down. So you're gonna let in what? It is a hard one. It is a hard one because I understand exactly what Shuri is saying, and at the same time I understand exactly what you're saying as well, Chrystal. But
Chrystal, your raves are different class.
I honestly believe that if a celebrity really wants to help you and help you grow, you know, I mean, then he should be supportive of you. You know,
he's supporting you by coming. He doesn't have to come.
That's because he turns up. He's not. No. I don't.
PR. Let me tell you something. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So if I go somewhere and Oprah's there, and I leave there and tell everybody that Oprah's there, that's going to really help my event. Are you serious?
Hang on, Rudy, do you know that in the West End, they actually pay agencies to get either A-listers, B, C, D-listers to be in the
I'm aware of that. But we're talking about the entourage as well that comes with that. Why can't some of the entourage pay to get in?
Because it doesn't matter about them paying on the door because they're spending money on the bar, and that type of person is buying the champagne, is buying the bottles of brandy.
You can buy champagne till the cows come.
I know.
Don't sweat about the small stuff.
I agree with you to a certain extent, but I know that there are certain venues where you cannot get the bar, and most people are trying to make their money off the door.
What they do, a lot of them.
It's still going to help you PR-wise.
It will help you. It will help you, but I'm just telling you straight. I don't give a monkey's back them celebrities. I'm telling you straight. I don't.
You had Idris at one of your events.
He's my mate. He's my mate. I know Idris. But no. Hold on.
He's really going to help your event next time.
We never have. He just came there. Turn up.
It doesn't matter. So if Idris came, would you say you didn't have one guest?
Hold on a minute. Idris knows. Idris is Boogie Boy's bona fide. He came with his missus. Didn't come in an entourage.
If Idris came with an entourage, would you say only one of your entourage?
I know Idris, so it's different.
No, you're not. You're not answering the question. The question is, if Idris came with an entourage, would you say only one of your entourage can come in?
I could be honest with you right now.
Yes or no?
Listen, I know Idris. I know Idris.
You're not answering
You've said that about 10 times. If Idris came to your event with an entourage, would you say only one could come in?
You know what? I probably wouldn't say nothing to him. You know why? Because I know him. Because I know him.
Like a politician.
Because I know him. But he knows something.
But probably
I don't get off on celebrities.
I think probably Martin's saying that he knows that he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. So
I don't get off on celebrities. I'm telling you, I don't.
It's not. Who said about getting off on celebrities? The mere fact that if you have somebody that's noted at your event, it's going to help your event. PR is really, really important.
We know
Word of mouth about your event being good or bad can wreck your event for the future.
But sometimes they don't help the event. Sometimes they don't.
Who wouldn't help your event?
Sometimes
what superstar would not help your event?
Sometimes they don't help you though.
Which superstar would not help your event? Sometimes they'll come in and
still want freeness from you. Some of
them
will come in and still want freeness. I'm saying some of them will. You can't say none of them wouldn't. I'm not aware of
anyone like that. I'm aware that they don't necessarily want to travel on their own like Rudy does. They might not just have a +1. I wouldn't have any issues with letting 10, even if they had 20, because they're going and spending money on
Next dance you keep that bring a coach load.
People to rot it.
Chrystal, next dance you keep that bring a coach load.
None whatsoever.
Countryman, what are your thoughts?
Rudy, to be honest, you know, I'm like you, Rudy, you know, because when I play out, yeah, it's me one and probably one person travel with me. Most of the time, it's the same person all the time. Me and them travel. So when I used to keep dance, I'm like, Shui, if you know see you're coming, call me up and let me know. Don't call me the day because I'm not interested. Not interested. Full stop, period. So, but if a celebrity did come, I'm like Chrystal Rose. Yeah, man. So come. Yeah, man. Make him come in. Make him come in. Make him come in. Because like Chrystal Rose said, it's going to bring people, them are going to spend money. But if them know see them coming, them have to make that telephone call. Me no mind. Me no mind.
But I don't mind people turning up. If Rihanna was in town and I had an event on and she came with her entourage, you think I'm going to say to her, Rihanna, just you plus one?
Can I ask a question? Countryman, can I ask you a question? If you didn't have the bar, would you still be letting them in?
Yeah. Because like Shui, I don't have bar. I don't, the bar is too much headache right now. When I used to keep dancing Brum, the bar was too much headache. You have to get this, to get that. How much drink you're spending, it was too much headache. So if a celebrity turn up at the door and want to come in, for example, you know, if a 6 of them come in, yo, someone's at the door, yeah, let them in. I'll be upset when they couldn't call them, but I will still let them in. But just like Shui said, I'm with Shui. I don't get off on celebrities. I'm with Chrystal Rose. You have to let them in to boost your event. And I'm with you, Rudy, because in my own right, me a celebrity too as well. You never see me walk with, if I'm going out, yeah, it's me and one in my car. That is it. And the coach will come afterwards. I don't walk with people. I just me and one walk in. Make sure everybody get in. And because I'm a celebrity in my own right, but I don't abuse my position because I don't want to go to a dance with 10 people. The dance flap promoter say, boy, no more in the make you know, me can't. No.
We are getting hot. We're getting hot in here.
Sound the pod cover.
Jackie Sinclair says yes. Melrose says yes, but depends on the size of the crew. Empress Lee, I think one guest is sufficient. Trevor White, what if the crew don't do nothing? Yeah. Astrid, yes, Shuey, I totally agree. Not on a day with lots of people. Jackie Benjamin agrees with Empress. Melrose, but some man, them are Brock Pocket. Okay. Donna Ben, who you gonna call ghetto people? All right. When I say ghetto, I see the standard everyday people, not the high life in Champagne every night people. Countryman, I'm not ghetto. I go to Shuey's events.
But we're not saying the ghetto, you know. We just a terminology we're using.
Empress, I agree with Shoes in a sense. Denise, Shuey, Verona. Okay. Denise Francis, yes, Crystal, tell them. Miss Sugar says, pay and let black people grow. Denise Francis, hear him, now he's my mate, did you charge him? Donna Ben, Denise, deal with him, Crystal. Neverado, Cato, I think artists always helps events. Donna Ben again, Martin, it's not about you getting off on celebrities. Verona Green, I wouldn't bother if a celebrity was in a venue. Astrid, how is freeness respectful to a promoter? It costs money to run an event. Here we go.
Okay, Antigua say, what advice would you give someone with trust issues?
Issues, yeah? Issues.
Yeah, that's what I say, issues.
Okay.
You have a problem?
No problem. Everything all right. Everything all right.
Yo, me have one word to say to you.
Kick out your blow.
And he done this up. Where was I now? Peter, trust issues. Talk to me.
Just tell him to be straight.
Be straight. Be straight. Hang on, I got to write this down. Shuey.
Wow. Trust issues.
I would say you have to just take that chance. Just follow your mind and take the chance.
Take chance, sure. Miss Rose.
Love and value yourself. Then the lack of trust would disappear.
Rudy.
I'm quite similar. I think the person needs to look within.
Brother Leary.
I think communicate, maybe talk about what you're anxious about, perhaps. Let them know what's on your mind. Because I think the thing is, if you
all right, you can talk. No.
Okay.
But I'm intrigued in Miss Chrystal Rose.
If you have trust issues, it's because you don't value yourself. It's because you don't believe that you're worthy of this other person. Why is that person with me? So you really have to build up your self-esteem. And that's what it's all about.
Okay, Leary, back to you now, Leary, because I feel you say I have enough for talk.
No, I think in reading the question, you're saying, what advice would you give to someone who has trust issues? So someone has trust issues about their relationship. If we're talking about that, then I would say, you know, it's obviously they would have to look at themselves to know what they want, and then communicate with that person any anxieties that they have, because you know I think communication is the key to kind of getting to understanding each other better. Because you know if you've got those issues, then you're not able to focus on that relationship as you should be. So that needs to be aired, so then both parties know what the other is thinking. Therefore, you can move forward with a clear sort of objective of how you diminish that let that trust issue go away, for that to go away.
So let's go back to the question. You was talking about relationship trust, yeah? Yeah, so
that's how I'm reading it.
No, it says someone with trust issues. So if you have trust, so if I did have trust issues, what advice would you give me?
But trust issues about what?
Just trust issues. Anything. Well, just set something in your mind. Set, you know.
Well, I can only answer the question the way I see it.
Okay.
And if you're saying trust issues, it means you're having trust issues with a partner or someone.
Something. Somebody. Okay, fine. Rudy.
I think that it boils down to self. And so the advice that I would more or less give to that person is to build some sort of self-confidence about who they believe they are, because then they'll set the standards in terms of what their expectations are of somebody else, and that is what they would then communicate to the other person. But beginning with, I think it starts with you, because you can say, oh, that person's going to cheat on me, that person's going to cheat on me, but why are you thinking or feeling that way in the first place? You know, what's giving you reason to think that? And it could be there's something insecure about you. You feel insecure within yourself, and that's what you want to address first. You know, once you've then addressed that, then now I can come to you and say, look, this is where I stand on certain issues or on certain things. This is what I'm prepared to put up with. Yeah. So if you can't meet that, then maybe we shouldn't be together, or maybe it's something that you need to sort out now, because I'm quite clear about what caused it.
Sorry, Rudy. Let's hear from a young lady's perspective. Miss Rose.
You asked me before, you know. Do you want me to talk again?
You asked her already. There's Peter and there's...
Sorry, there's Pete. Sorry. Peter.
I just feel if you've got trust issues, if there's a trust issue, you just got to be real with the game, in a sense, to talk to the person and tell them if they've got a trust issue, they've got to think what they want. It's their mind. You can't change that. Whatever advice you give them, they're going to do the opposite or whatever they want to do anyway. But you just give them a little bit of advice and tell them to be real with themselves.
Okay, Rudy. Rudy. Shuey.
I kind of follow with Peter there. They have to follow. You have to follow. They have to follow their mind. You know what I mean? Because you can talk to you're blue in the face. It's up to them to decide whether or not they want to trust that person and want to go whatever. Whether it's a person or whatever the thing may be. It could be anything. It could be any kind of trusting thing. But they have to follow their own minds. Because you can't tell them what to do and you can't get in their mind for them. Do you know what I mean? You know, sometimes like people listen to other people because they're on the outside. They're not really taking it in properly. But you on the inside know exactly what it is and what time it is. So you have to follow your own mind. That's what I would advise them anyway. You know?
Oh wow, some very interesting thoughts there and outcomes. Wow.
I think what Chrystal was saying as well, though, is that you got to look within yourself and understand why, because it could be past experience and all that kind of stuff. You know, the baggage thing and all that. So I agree that you do have to look into yourself and understand why you feel that way.
I think a lot of the ladies have trust issues with men. I think it's a kind of like not standard, but a lot of ladies do have trust issues with men now. Especially mature ladies.
Insecurity, and it might be because of past experiences.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think a lot of it is based on past experiences.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
especially when you've reached our age and you've lived life. You know, once you've actually lived life, then you're coming from the school of hard knocks, so to speak. And sometimes it's so easy to carry old baggage into a new relationship and assume that your new partner is going to carry the same fate. You know, so it's about understanding what you're prepared to put up with from what you're not before you get involved, I guess.
Can I ask a question of you guys?
Sure.
We women expect monogamy from men, but are we trying to make you do something that's unnatural? Most animals, I'm not saying that men are animals, but we are human beings. We're kind of animalistic, right? So is it the case that we're trying to make you be something that naturally you're not? Are you naturally not supposed to just have one partner?
Well, the one thing that human beings have is choice. And when you consider the way that we've all been brought up, some of us have been brought up as Christians, some of us have been brought up as Muslims, some of us have different faiths. But generally speaking, in this westernized society that we're brought up in, we're taught that we're supposed to be brought up in monogamy. Not necessarily saying
naturally, is it not?
It's not our natural instinct to say
it's not. Okay.
To say that if that's our natural instinct, that's a totally different thing.
That's the question.
I get it, but at the same time, we are forced to go against that instinct, so to speak.
Your natural responses are against monogamy.
The natural response is, but if you make a commitment, i.e., you decide to get married, you've made a decision. You've actually made a decision. Because remember, there's consent. There has to be consent on two sides. There has to be on the woman's side, and there has to be on the male side. So there's
a lot of men fail in that. A lot of men fail in that commitment, don't they? And is it because we're forcing them to be what we would love ideally, but that's not the natural?
I think that becomes questionable myself, because initially you start out with a lot of ideals or expectations, and then when you fall short of that, you then look outside of the relationship to try and find what you once had, because people grow and people change.
Yeah. And then why then don't men end a relationship if they feel that the grass is greener on the other side? Why do they run 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I'm not saying this happened to me, but that's generally, when I was doing my talk show, we used to have these men come on and they'd have these multiple partners. And I would say, like Gary Mason, remember the boxer? He was one. Yeah. He would run these relationships all together. And I said, well, why don't you end one out of respect for the woman that you're with and then go into another relationship? Why do you have to run them all at the same time?
I think that's a question for Countryman, really.
Countryman, the funny runnings with the woman there.
No. I'm here listening to Miss Rose and her analogies and what's going on. And carry on, Miss Rose, because...
No, carry on, Countryman.
What you asking me? What you asking me?
She's handed it over to you, mate.
She asked you, why is it that men, right, as opposed to breaking up within the relationship, continue by adding more females to it?
I don't know, because I've never experienced that.
You've always been a one-woman man. That's what you're saying.
Listen, I've never experienced having one, not broken up, moved another one, another. No, me too old for that.
So what about yourself? What about yourself, Peter Terry?
I've done it once and I never do it again, because you've got to respect the person in question. And at the end of the day, people got feelings.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I experienced it. That's the reason why I said I'll never do it again.
So when you mean you experienced it, receiving it or giving it?
No, I did it. I cheated on a girl before, and I realised I hurt her, and I never do it again, because at the end of the day, and also now you got to think about, you got to look at your sisters as well, and you got to think about your sister or your cousin. They're females, and you got to see how a man will do that to them, and how they will feel. And the reason I'm against it so badly is because there's situations I've been in, and I'm really, really good friends with people, and I know what they're getting up to, and I think at the end of the day, it makes you feel a bit out of order. But me personally doing it, I wouldn't do it. I'd rather finish with somebody and then move on to the next person. I'm not.
Can I just ask a further question, Peter, without trying to? It's not that I'm trying to pry, but the question has been asked. Why did you do it, Peter, in the first place?
You want the honest truth?
That's what we're asking, yeah.
It was ego.
Okay.
It was an experience to see if I could do it and to see if I could get away with it. But even when I did it, I was like one of them persons, like a little panicker. Is my phone ringing, on all things like that. And that is one of the prime things you notice. You're thinking, is she going to call? Like you're in your car and your car, on the voice, on the phone, your partner you're with knows that your phone rings live, and all of a sudden she's in the car, it's still live, otherwise you're opening up a kettle of worms, and then all of a sudden you're just hoping that person don't call. So them type of things, you don't want to live that life. And I thought to myself, I'll never do it again. But I have done it. I've been a culprit for it, but I wouldn't do it again.
Poopa Jesus.
How about yourself, shoe doctor?
What's that, mate? What's that?
Same question to yourself, really. I'm not that I'm saying that you.
What was the question again?
I'm not saying the question.
Sound the pod cover!
Sorry, no, I listened to his answer. What was the actual question? Sorry.
No, the question kind of like switched in terms of, because it's not just men who step outside of a relationship. Yeah?
Ladies do it as well, don't they?
Ladies do it as well.
But not as often.
That ain't true. That ain't true.
But you know what, Chrystal, you are more smarter with it. You are more smarter.
That is
no
not true.
way.
It takes two to tango, and you're trying to say that man don't tango by himself.
I accept that women cheat too, but not on the scale that men do, and don't even try to pretend
I think what's even worse when it comes to women is that women know that a man has got another woman, but yet for she will still.
Terrible.
And sleep in the same bed.
Jolene.
You want to round it up?
Sound the pod cover!
You want to round it up, please? You want to round it up, please?
Yeah, this I've got some comments on the first one. Okay.
He didn't answer. Oh, look at that. Is he allowed to do that?
What's that? He did answer.
Paul Walsh says you can't give advice to someone with trust issues. Denise, my trust advice would be just trust nobody. Paul again, DTA, don't trust anyone. Carolyn, you always be imprisoned if you don't trust, so set yourself free. Sharon, Guan Chrystal, Silver, check yourself. Empress, it could be trust in a relationship or trusting people in general. Barbara, understanding and believe in oneself. Donna Ben, learn to follow your spirit, because 9 out of 10 times your spirit knows. Empress again, I personally will tell the person to try and figure out what has happened for them, not to be the trustworthy in the first place, then take it from there. And that's it. Oh, yep.
Sound Sound the bad cover.
Last question.
Okay, Leisha Marshall, Wynter. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, before we close it, I need at least 2 questions.
Was it extension night tonight, is it?
It's been an extension, thanks to the likes of Leary and Chrystal being
thank you very much. Chrystal.
Well,
Chrystal
you're like
Rose,
magnets. You're dragging a lot of people into the room.
Chrystal is so
Chris is playing proper devil's advocate tonight.
Yeah, I know.
He is, isn't it?
I know.
And she's loving it. Look at that smile.
But guess what? Guess what? Me not fall into that trap. Anyway, let's go. Question. Leisha Marshall Wynter. What was the first record Uno buy? Leary.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, the first record I can remember is Michael Jackson's. See, I can't remember it now. Blame It on the Boogie. Blame It on the Boogie.
Blame It on the Boogie.
Rudy. Sorry, Rudy.
He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard.
You can't even help this, buddy. You can't even help him, can you?
Should we?
You know, it's funny. All my records was given to me by my brother when I started DJing. And I can't remember the first record I bought. I can't remember. I was just handed a whole heap of records and I can't remember the first record I bought, so I cannot remember. Seriously.
Can't remember. Should we? Can't remember. Yeah, that's a good idea. Miss Rose?
I was a late starter, so it was a Sugar Hill gang, you know, a hip hop, hip 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 hop. You don't stop the rock to the band, man. But we used to up jump the move to the band. Now what you hear is not a test.
All right, Peter.
I can't remember, but if you're talking about buy, because in the industry, obviously we get records. To get a lot of records free anyway, but because I was more of an MC back in the day, but I think things like
we know you was MC.
Shut your mouth, Acid Man.
You got to clip Rudy. You have to clip Rudy.
I don't, I wish I had it, country.
Listen, I'll better you, any of you, live on air next week. I'll take any of you on. Any one of you, I'll take you on next week. Right here, and we have an MC battle, and I will kill all of you.
It's not about MCing, Peter.
Shut up.
Anyway, right? Peter, what you need to buy?
Next week.
Peter, what you need to buy? Peter, what you need to buy?
And we put money on it as well.
Peter, what you need to buy?
It was like Acid Man. You're talking about street dance, different volumes. It was ages ago, man. Yeah, you know, like the body popping and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, see what tune you buy, you reel off one whole bag of sinting. My first tune, I think my first tune we buy was
Pastor Dutchy.
No, I was about the second or third one. It got to my head now to rot it.
It was that long ago, innit, Bruce Boy?
And I buy from mother. Bonnie M. Brown girl in the ring. That one there.
Brown girl in the ring.
Brown girl in the ring. And she looks like Peter Terry.
Never knew you that way inclined.
Country, you had what happened? You had emotional attachment to that song there.
Say again, Leary. I didn't
you had an emotional attachment to the song. You had to.
You know what?
Hold on. I found it.
Listen to me. Me come to tell you the truth. Me meet a man they call a countryman. Me meet a man they call a countryman. Here we go. Listen, yo. Okay, yo. Hey. When they said us, we can wine, we come for chat the style. Listen, Peter Terry, come for your wiki, come your wine. Born and bred, then I can
You know what? You know what? You know what?
You know what? You know what? You know what?
Oh no!
Ladies and gentlemen, next week let me battle all of them out here. Next week.
Now the time for that jingle, country.
Next week.
Peter.
Kick out your blow.
Sorry, Leary, what you were saying, Leary?
No, I'm saying. You said it looks like you had an emotional attachment to get that track.
No, it was my mother like the tune.
Next week. You watch next week.
My mother like the tune, so I buy it for my mother, and that was probably the first time I buy.
Oh, nice.
So it kind of a emotional attachment
yeah.
to myself. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you understand? You understand, Leary?
Yes, me understand
sure?
for once. For once,
you
me
sure
understand.
You sure?
Yes, we understand.
I mean, those funny people are funny.
Okay.
Sound the butt cover!
We going for one more?
Would you guys like to go for one more?
Hi, Barbara. Hi, Donna. Trevor White. Any questions from public? Come on. Any questions?
Have you guys haven't popped anything in there? Do you want to round off Shuey, and then we can move into the
Here it is. Here's a question. You see it?
Actually, I wasn't even taking note of those ones. Should we do the last one?
Shall I read it?
Round off. Shuey, you need to round off. Shuey, you need to round off. Shuey.
Here we go. Trevor Wright's first tune I bought was Tradition. Moving on. Wicked tune. Donna Ben, Brown Girl in the Ring. Hate it.
Who cares?
Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Denise Francis, the B-side is better. Okay. Silver Kingman, the Selector two-tone. He went to my school, he did. Trey, Ann Thompson, E.T., Trevor White, my brother worked in the record shop, 3 tunes every week. Let's have a look. Jackie Sinclair, Bad Boy, Peter. Miss Sugar, my first record was Push Me in the Corner and I'm a Puppet. On the reverse side, Sharon Spice, Candy Girl, New Edition. Denise, I think mine was No Problem from the show. Lynn, Emotion, 15, 16, 17. Valerie, Bob Marley. Astrid, first record, Rockin' Robin by Jackson. Melrose, UB40. Donna Ben, DISCO, who remembers that one? Verona, Frankie Paul Sarah. Carolyn, Puppy Love. And yeah, that's it. There we go.
I got no puppy love. Okay, guys, we're here. I still want some questions off of you guys. Big shouts to all. We're just a pop in the chat room. Wagwan, good night.
Guys, there's a question on the screen, yeah?
Yeah, we know that. Yep. We know that, Leary. We know that.
All right.
What's the matter with you? You just come out here.
Just come in.
Second yourself, Rasta.
Yeah, come on here, try bathroom people. You know, Leary.
Yes, sir.
Leary. Get some water, guys.
Yes, sir.
Leary, listen to me very carefully.
Kick out your blow.
I'll be able to say to you. Be very careful.
Yeah, go kick out. Yeah.
All right, cool. Why can't you be like Chrystal Rose? Anyway, let's move. Next question. Leisha stated, would you buy a house if you knew someone was buried in the back garden because it was cheaper? Leary.
Yes.
Chrystal, Miss Rose, sorry.
I would buy a house, even if there was a body buried in the back garden.
Rudy? Sorry.
Nah, me not buy the house with no dead ducky in it.
Peter?
Yeah, because to be honest with you, there's mostly dead bodies in the garden anyway.
Exactly.
Shuey?
I won't buy a house to live in like that. No way. I buy it to sell on and let someone else live in it.
Rent it
out, but not
to live in.
No way.
Well, that's not the question, though.
Right.
Would you buy a house if you know someone buried in the back garden?
Yes, I would. Okay, I'm gonna say yes, I would.
Yeah.
Rudy, back to you. You said no. Why?
Because at the end of the day, I'm not staying in a place where I know
Rudy say that coffee.
Where I know that somebody dead. Man, I know all them dead, man, I care all them dead. Yeah? I don't even know if they cross over to the other side. You understand? They could go come trouble me late at night and things like that. So me I go follow Shuey and me I go rent it out.
That's right.
Even if it was cheaper.
Even if it was cheaper, I'm not living there. Me tell you something, I live there. Yeah, I'm not living.
A ghost can come and get you wherever you are.
No, but you know that the ghost is back there. You know the dead body is there. You know. If I don't know, then I don't know. I find out. But if I've got the knowledge and I know, nah, that's gonna stay with me from the time I signed the piece of paper.
But guarantee that the dead body is going to rise into a ghost, of course.
Rudy, you know, said the ghost can follow you where you go.
They might, Rude, they might even follow you. Rude, they could follow you for not buying it.
Because he knows that you're afraid of him.
Yeah.
Because if the ghost say, you know, you're afraid of them, they're going to come after you.
I'm going to start chewing some garlic. I'm going to chew garlic. Man. If it's holy water.
If it's a Jamaican duppy, that don't mean nothing.
It don't mean
if it's a Jamaican duppy, it don't mean nothing. Garlic, nothing. No steak, garlic,
and all I would do is I'll just put some pork chops around the house.
When I take serious thing, make joking.
It was pork chops and like garlic to what's that? What pork chops gonna do? It's just gonna make him hungry and want to stay.
So
not if it's a ras, not if it's a ras ghost.
All right, Peter, you said no. Any particular reason why?
No, I didn't say no. I said I would.
Yes, sorry.
At the end of the day,
back your argument. Sorry.
You got to understand that underneath the turf where we are or whatever, there's mostly dead bodies there anyway. So
definitely,
it ain't gonna make no difference. Just because you ain't been told it, don't mean there's not a dead body where you are right now.
So you're not fried the duppy there like Rudy?
Sorry?
You don't fry the duppy like Rudy?
Peter believes in duppy though.
I believe in duppy. I was in a boarding school and I saw ghosts, so ghosts is not an issue with me.
So Peter,
I was
when you look.
LA CJ's event, and we took photographs, me and my friends, and there was a ghost in the picture. So they're all around.
Wow.
Yeah, Peter, when you look in the mirror, Peter, what do you see? Your reflection? I don't see no fucking.
Peter, they're badding you up, man.
Sorry.
Don't worry. You know, I've been told to behave myself because when I go off, I get in trouble at the end of the show. So I'm calm. But you see, Saturday, Rudy better just not ask me to come on the show. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm going to ask you. But Leary, talk up. Back your argument, please.
I'm not afraid of ghosts, so it don't matter to me.
How about Duppy? Duppy and ghosts are two different things.
Oh, okay. Well, listen. Well, like the houses in Jamaica anyway, it's enough duppy there in there still. Yeah. Anyway, you go buy a plot of land or something, enough duppy there because they're burying their own people in the backyard anyway, their own family members and stuff like that. So they're always about. They're always about. So, just I don't know, put out something for them, like how you put out for Santa Claus, you put out the mince pie and the sherry, put out something for them, innit? Put out
what would a duppy want to consume though? He can't eat nothing.
Hang on, there's a prime example.
He wants to eat you, Rudy. He wants to eat you.
Do you guys go to Blackheath? You go to Blackheath. Who's been Blackheath?
The area of Blackheath.
Yeah.
The area of Blackheath. Have you
burial
walked
ground,
on Blackheath? You know that's a burial ground.
There's nothing in there.
There's a burial ground all over the place.
For the Black Plague. Look it up in the history.
But isn't the Black Plague? Wasn't that London? The whole of the in fact, that was Europe.
No, but Blackheath.
The plague
Blackheath is a cemetery. It's a cemetery. Okay. Look it up. You will see it.
Okay.
Maybe that's why it's got the name.
It was for the Black Death.
That's why I got the name then. That's why.
Peter, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know about Peter. I'm from Birmingham.
You look like Doppy anyway.
That was Europe. When you talk about the Black Death, it was across Europe, because we're talking about the Dark Ages. Yeah,
that's right.
When the Moors and the black people was actually had kings and queens throughout the whole of Europe. That's where, and the Moors came over and cleaned up the whole place, the whole situation. But then that's another story altogether. But I wasn't aware that Blackheath itself.
Yeah, that's a cemetery ground. Have a look it up for the Black Plague, the Black Death.
I wouldn't know what talk.
Plague was about rats biting people and spreading their disease all over the place. That's how it started. That's why they call England the dirty capital of Europe.
It was nasty. It was disgusting because, I mean, at the time, they weren't very sophisticated. The Europeans weren't sophisticated on no level whatsoever. And it wasn't until the Africans came along and actually tidied them up, and that's when we started to introduce them to chemistry, mathematics, etc., etc. So, but that's, like I said, that's another story.
Verona said isn't Blackheath and affluent part of South London?
It's still a cemetery ground.
Oh, okay. So affluent cemetery ground then.
Have a look it up. You'll see it.
I don't know. I'm just claiming what you tell me.
Oh, yeah, you don't know. You're Bromley, innit?
No, I'm from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Huh? Like I said, go look in that mirror and tell me if you see your shadow or your reflection. Let me know. Walking dopey button.
There are plague pits all over London. The planners can't build on them.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is it's still a cemetery, even though there's millions around there. That is a cemetery. That is one of the cemeteries.
Okay. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's fair to say that we've had a fantastic show tonight. Our guests have been exceptional, I must say. A big thank you goes out to Chrystal Rose and also Leary, our fitness instructor.
Thanks for the invite. Had a great time.
Chrystal, when you have your next dance, may I bring a coach to your dance because me a celebrity. And may I walk with my entourage this time and I'm not pay if you come on your dance because you say celebrity can walk in, so me a celebrity.
Breeze true.
Pass me a bar through.
Hey, just go to the bar. Straight from the door to the bar.
You know what? A Brock Pocket celebrity. You know what? A Brock Pocket celebrity.
Me no drink.
True businesswoman.
Me no drink.
That's true.
I hope you guys will be extras in my film when I start shooting. I'll let you know when that's going to happen.
Yes.
What kind of extra you want me to?
In fact, a birdie actually tells us that you've actually either completed or you're writing a book at the moment, Chrystal.
Yeah, the script for the film is based on my book, so it'll all come out at the same time. Hoping to shoot later on this year. I've got an American director. Yeah, it's going to be good fun.
Do you mind giving us an outline of the storyline?
Sure. It's called 50 Faking Fabulous, and it's essentially about she was thrown out by her father at 17, pregnant, and her father said, "You will always be a failure, even when you're 50." So she basically fakes success using credit card, this type of thing, getting herself into a lot of debt because she doesn't want anybody to believe that she's a failure because her dad says she was going to be. And then in the end, it just all gets on top of her.
Oh,
and then she faces racism through her life, and she faces lots of different things as well.
Sounds
but
very
she keeps
interesting,
faking
man.
it till she makes it.
There's a lot of people out there as well.
Absolutely.
Can I star in the film? Can I star in the film?
When to get with
Hey, country.
The man boots have to go.
No. He's correct. Let him star in the film.
On his own.
You did the film, yeah? Let him star in the film.
On his own. You can star in the film.
Listen, let me talk to the organ grinder. Not the idiot them. Chrystal Rose, can I star in your film?
In your film? Yes.
You can all certainly be in the film in one respect or the other.
There you go.
You can be the cleaner, Chrystal.
The what?
The cleaner.
You can be the dopey.
You can be the cleaner.
You can be the dopey bat. Note what I said.
Should I say my musical, my music producer is Lamont Dozier. Holland.
Oh, nice.
Dozier,
wow.
Yeah.
That's a big name right there.
Hey. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, but in all the songs, he's going to reproduce them for the soundtrack.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Congrats. That's wicked. Very good.
Well done, Chrystal Rose. Well done. Just remember me.
It was actually suggested that you should write in Countryman as Oliver Samuel's long lost brother.
Only have one thing we said to own a lot out there saying now.
Anyway, as they do say, all good things come to an end, unfortunately. Chrystal, would you like to say goodbye before I take you off the platform?
Yes, thanks so much for the experience. It's been really good fun. And I really enjoyed speaking with all of you, although I didn't get Shuey's response to that question. It's okay.
Would you like to ask him? Would you like to ask him again?
No.
It's clearly that he doesn't want to speak about it, so let's move on. But yeah, it's been emotional, gentlemen, and really good fun.
You never cry.
Thank you very much, Chrystal.
Thanks, Chrystal.
Leary, would you like to say your goodbyes, my friend?
For sure. I'd just like to give a shout out to everyone who's come online tonight and interacted. It's been beautiful. Thank you all for the support. Guys, thank you for having me on. I was crapping myself at the start. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to look like an idiot. But hey, you know, I'm with like-minded individuals apparently. So it's been great.
You can't look no worse than Countryman.
You can't get worse than Peter Terry.
It's been fantastic. I really enjoyed myself tonight.
Leary, could you please tell people how they could actually get hold of you and also get involved in some of the things that you do?
Sure. I'm on Facebook. Well, look for me, Leary Wright, or look for the Move Be Fit page. Just get involved, send me a DM or something like that. I'm on Instagram, at Move Be Fit 1 on Instagram as well. But I think obviously most of us are on here on Facebook. You can just hook me up, send me a little DM, Leary Wright, or just head to my page. Various things, online workouts. I do obviously PT. I do body transformation programs, and I'm doing a challenge in February, guys. I'm going to be doing a challenge in February, and it's called the Flatter Tummy in 10 Days Challenge. So it's all about if you haven't been working out for a little while and you want to kind of get back on track with your fitness. I'll be doing a challenge in February, so look out for that. It's called the Flatter Tummy in 10 Days Challenge, and that's going to be a nice one to get involved in if you've been, you know, not as active as you'd like to be. It's a great one to kind of give you a little kickstart back into your sort of exercise regime.
Thank you, Leary. Thank you very much for joining us, mate.
Thank you, Leary. Thank you.
I hope you've taken that on board, Peter. I'm sure that you know, the flat stomach challenge will be something that you'll be all over. Would you like to give us some of your motivational talks before you go, Shuey?
Yeah, man. You know what? This week, first and foremost, excellent show, guys. Thank you. And the chat room, all those on the chat, excellent. This week, my mind was about making plans. We know it's going to be a hard year. We know a lot of things ain't going to happen this year. But it doesn't stop you guys from making your plans. Make your plans. If you don't do it this year, just do it next year. I'm making my plans. If it don't happen, at least I know I'm happy before the time it gets cancelled, so to speak. So I'm making my plans. If it don't happen, I'll just move over to next year. Simple as. And we've got a big one coming up, Valentine's Day, guys. Look out for it. Myself, Countryman, and the Lovers King Roy Medallion. We've got a big show coming up. We've got a big raffle draw. Proceeds going to ACLT. So get on my website, getyourtickets.co.uk. I'm going to put a link in there, chat. Get your raffle tickets, and you could be a big raffle draw winner if you get the phone call from myself or Countryman on Valentine's Day on our show. Thanks, guys. Rudy, Country, Peter.
Whoa, that's the Shoe Doctor. So make sure you guys tune in to Shoe Doctor for Valentine's. It seems like they've got a big one lit up. And the programmer of Injection Radio, you've always got stuff going on, I believe, Peter Terry.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for the support we're getting at Injection Radio. Desi G and Barry White's show has now moved to a Sunday 8 till 10. We've just took on Victor Anderson check him out as well. He's with us every Saturday between 4 and 6. And on top of that, we have got MA coming on the station, and there's a lot more coming your way. Mr. Bex and a couple more names. Catch me tomorrow morning on Injection Radio for my breakfast show at 7 o'clock. And from Monday, I'll be doing Injection Radio from Facebook and all those little mad places. You're about to see me ugly boat in live in effect, and no sinking. I leave that to country. Peace.
What a face to think to say he leaves the zinking to you. Well, what a rush if I go out.
I don't. You know, I just ignore him.
Okay, I hear that, man. I hear that. So, country, man, what's going down with you, my friend?
Boy, me there, you know. Nothing much. We have a show Saturday, 15 minutes. Quiz. I'm destined to do the yes no competition, but I'm gonna keep on holding off until as long as I can hold it off. 15 minutes with Rudy Liquid and yours truly. Saturday morning we're broadcasting up and down the country 7 till 10. Up and down the country 7 till 10. And like should we say Valentine's Day, we have a show 12 till 3 Valentine's Day, and we have a raffle too as well with whole heap of things that give away. We just get a we call now digital photo frame to add to the list of things that we are give away. One shot I give away sauce, Big Nanya give away here though. Peter give away himself, bottle of Prosecco, box of chocolate, and whole heap of things that give away. So get your raffle ticket, check the website, get your tickets. .co.uk. Buy the raffle ticket. Valentine's Day, 12 till 4 with the Lovers King. Saturday, 7 till 10, and then 10:15 till 11:15. Guess what? Me gone. Guys, thank you very much. Peace. We're out.
Oh, looks like they've all gone, man. Not one of them said big up for the Anything Goes podcast. Not one of them. They're so selfish, those motherfuckers, aren't they? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me tonight. It was a fantastic show. I want to do a big shout out going out to Chrystal Rose and also Leary Wright for joining us tonight. You saw my three brothers. I call them my brothers, man. That's Shoe Doctor, that's Peter Terry, and of course that's DJ Countryman. Without them, there's no way this show could happen. And it's a pleasure having you guys in the room. Please do check me out on Friday morning with Aston Metaphor Jones. I'm hoping to have somebody come in and talk about the vaccine from a different perspective. He's going to be a white guy, and you know how I feel about that. But I thought it was only fair that I showed a fair balance on that. 15 minutes with myself and DJ Countryman, as well as I will be having a special guest in the room who will be talking about quite a few things that's going to be of interest to you. So make sure that you do jump in on that. I will be interviewing Mr. Vivian Jones on Monday. But more importantly, guys, have a blessed week. I'll see you guys. Well, I'll see some of you on Friday morning, and the rest of you, look after yourself.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudy Liquid Saturday morning mayhem with true entertainment heavyweight. Join them with interviews, comedy and quizzes.
Child support money for you or something.
No chance of that, Babs.
No chance.
Hey everyone.
Hey,
My internet's awful.
We got to be free. Just like these. Travel over land and sea. My people shall free. We got to be free.
Hello. Hello. Say hi twice. Goodbye. Say hi 3 times.
You gone. He's gone, man. He's gone.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudy Saturday mornings. Now I'll be the same again.
time to spice up your food with One Shot Marinade, the authentic Caribbean seasoning. Good tasting food is at the heart of Caribbean culture, and seasoning is essential to the flavour of any tasty dish. Available in 4 flavoursome varieties, One Shot Marinade has been developed to bring generations of culinary knowledge from the melting pot of the Caribbean direct to your kitchen. So, whether you're preparing an elaborate island dish or a quick tasty snack, choose One Shot Marinade. A little bit of Caribbean history in every bottle.
Yeah, some of the parents for know what you them are going with, you know. Don't allow your youth them to roam the street. Take responsibility for the youth them. You know what I'm doing tonight? You know what I'm going tonight?
Denise Francis. Remember what? 3 more questions. Come on, people. 3 more questions.
And I'm waiting for red flag there.
Rudy, just ignore it, Rudy. Ignore it.
Hold up. You just step out.
Rudy?
Already gone.
Rudy is frozen.
Listen, man, I was born here, yeah? East Ender, born and bred, and you.
I'm good, I'm good.
Let's have our own conversation. Forget about them lot.
I must say, first of all, those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. And then when we go live, you get notification.
Young people, plenty of money, down in the milk round. Remember the milk round?
Yeah, and the reason being is that, number one, that the way how things are taught is well beneath the standard of your child. So your child's now having to dumb itself down.
Red flags, and we don't know who they're for. Heaven is between a woman's legs, as far as I'm concerned.
Rudy, man.
No, right there. Send them picnics to bed.
Rudy,
and I
time. And red card. Rudy, let's have a proper show.